Well, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Uh, we're gonna do some triceps and start off with some dips. Doing some dips. All right. Oh, my legs are dead. Stay, bitch. Alright. Now I'm going to take a slight rest and then do another set of the 40 and then switch to 30 after I'm done and do until I can't and then take another break. See when I'm done? My biceps are still killing me, but I can't not take advantage of the fact that triceps are 2/3 of your arm. Don't worry, I'm not done posing or being braggadocious. Hey everyone, I do feel the need to address a topic that has been commented on in my bicep routines. And literally, there's nothing that I could do other than starting creatine and NO2 or well, creatine CE2. They probably don't sell either of those anymore because they were so extreme. I mean, it was enough to explode. So, um, but uh, but yeah, unless I went on supplements, I am not gonna get my biceps much bigger than that. Like I'm not gonna get much bigger than that. Like I'm gonna get way more defined and stuff like that. But to gain any more size, I'm gonna have to go on some supplements. The reason why people do have like ridiculously huge, like abnormally, like you just see the ball of their arm and it's like on top of my bicep like this. That's because at one point in their life they did steroids or human growth hormone. And what muscle memory is, by true definition, which Hollywood has completely gotten it wrong. I still can't believe they still don't know it. Um, to the point where average people that are in this industry don't know it. But muscle memory is your muscles remembering the biggest that they were at any point ever. So if you do steroids when you're, say, in your 20s, you got that natural human growth hormone from being in your... That's how I got as big as I did, is because I started lifting weights when I was about 16, 17. And then I was only doing like just bicep curls because I made a bar in my machine shop before I became a machinist and started going to work junior year instead of going to school. Work trade, work study. So, anyways, long story short, because I don't ramble on anymore. If I did steroids back in my youth, yeah, I would have ridiculous everything. I would be just huge. I mean, literally, Arnie was able to get his biceps and well, mostly his biceps, because you could tell that he mostly worked on them more than his triceps and everything. He mostly did his glamour muscles for Terminator. The worst one, the recent one, with them changing the entire story and then rewriting it, where the leader is that stupid ass terrible actress that says stand up and fight, and they slow it down because it's so stupid. But yeah, ever review. Yeah, they turned it into, instead of Sarah Connor being the mother of the future leader of the rebellion, which actually makes sense because that would be, a length of time far enough away. But if this girl is going to be a leader of the rebellion, she's going to be like old and like dead before the rebellion even happens. Like, so what the fuck? Oh, that movie sucked. But anyways, long story short, Arnie got big and he was like 60 something. I think he was like 65, if I'm not mistaken. And he got like his biceps back. Like they were full on, like they were back. And I mean, the rest of his arms weren't, because you definitely tell he was just mostly just sitting in the gym doing knees, probably fully extending too, not thinking about it. And probably hurt his elbows. Is probably why he didn't do triceps. Because if you don't realize that when your body goes and locks in place, say like your arm locks in, boom, the joint in your elbow right here is now locked in place. There's cartilage all around this elbow, which cannot grow back. It only wears away or moves. Period. Or stretches. But barely. It doesn't stretch much. That's why you take anti-inflammatories, so that the joints don't flare up, so it doesn't wear away the cartilage as much, and also so it doesn't inflame, causing you to do more damage to the cartilage. So doing anything where you go and fully extend or go any like longer range of motion, because that it was commented twice, and I normally would never ever do this, but it happened like twice in the same video in a row. Um, Literally, you can't go any farther than I was. I was right here, and I don't want to go farther than that, because if I go farther than that, boom, I'm fully extended. So I went down to here, and instead of just doing like I normally do with all my bicep routines up until my last one, which actually really, really ripped my biceps. Like, they are still, like, I still got a crochet needle through the middle. Anyways, I did extend to the point where I feel is healthy, and I was able to do that by taking time in between reps, cooling off, and catching my breath, and then doing another set. I've learned that is actually very, very good at ripping biceps. And also, after you've done a bicep routine and you feel like you're all set and done, a couple hours later, if you can lift your arms, then go and do a bunch of, what I did is I took the bar off, and I took the bar and then took all the plates off except for the 25s on each side, and I just did full curls on the preacher curl bench, where I fully extended, but it was just, I went really slow. And I mean, just at the beginning, and that's only just to get the weight up. Like, I don't like to do it more than that. It's just like lifting off when you're doing incline bench. You're not supposed to lift when you're all the way back here. You're supposed to lift when you're right here. That's how my left shoulders hurt right now, on top of the horrible, horrific, I can't even share on YouTube, gaming accident. Or I'll be demonetized for life. But anyways, now that I've talked through my, actually, no, I got amped up talking about that. I'm feeling like I just did a set. I was wondering, oh yeah, my blood pressure is high, so I'm gonna wipe my face real quick. Sorry. But to sum up, I am one of the only lifelong bodybuilders to have never touched this stuff. Ever. I have never cheated in my life. Never, not once. Ever. Not even for like a week. And I had the opportunity to the point where I bought it because I was really mad at, not being able to compete. I was fucking actually really mad I couldn't compete, because there is no classification for non-cheaters. So, yeah, you're a fucking cheater. Everyone says, oh, you gotta do the work. Fuck you, I've been doing the work for fucking forever without getting the results that you get overnight. You cocksuckers. Fucking Mezzafanooks. Anyways, so yeah, I know I'm the only one on YouTube that's natural, so I'm definitely not going to give that up. But to clarify and to end my rant, because I'm in a good mood. Day's starting, just getting light out. I think it's barely 8 a.m. Talk the blood out of my triceps. That's stupid. That's one thing you don't want to do. Biceps all day. Talk the blood out of them. Start all over. That's how you really rip them. The triceps, nope. You want to keep some blood in there at all times. Never want to fully let your heart rate slow down all the way. That's why I'm doing this where I'm going down by weight. Without resting in between. But yeah, in conclusion, I am almost at the point where I feel comfortable to start leaning up. Pretty close, other than my chest and back to where I was. Size wise, I mean, it looks way, all your muscles look like 10 times bigger when you're cut. Oh, and another thing, before I never speak of this again, which I have to during my next bicep routine in case, because I get a lot of views on my bicep workouts for some reason. So, in case no one normally I don't get a lot of views on my tricep routines. So, I will be repeating this, but that weight Erwin mentioned to lower the weight when I was doing sets of it. I mean, like, I was doing 8 reps. I was doing about 6 to 8 reps fully before I started peaking my biceps. And when I go from here and then all the way up, here, all the way up, here, all the way up, and then I stop and only do a couple of the fully range motion bicep curls, and then I just do the tops. I'm just trying to get my bicep peak. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do right there. I'm not trying, and then also I'm not trying to do forearms. And I actually me and eventually my bodybuilding partner, we both got sharp pains right here, like right here in our forearms, like at this exact spot right here, from doing more reps and less weight on the preacher curl. So I do not recommend that, and I also do not recommend doing it also because my elbow clicks on more on this side, but I can hear it on my right too, but just slightly. But that was probably because I'm right-handed, so for probably a while it was more difficult for my left to keep up to my right until I focused on my left once I became very knowledgeable and knew what I was doing and I was an adult. But yeah, those are things that you don't know until you've done it for 10, 15 years consistently and you have experience. Not saying that experience is the key, it's just the trial and error. It's you don't know if it's doing wrong or if something that you do is not good for you until you've done it for long enough to see if it's harming you or helping. So I'll stop with that. All right, we're all done. And I will be when I get to the point of cutting weight, I will be taking supplements, so my biceps will get bigger, but they will also get more defined at the same time. So they will seem like they were getting more massive no matter what, even if they aren't getting bigger. But I am going to do that for water weight and to, make up for the fact that I don't have fat for my muscles to eat off of, when I'm not moving. Because that's the whole trick about burning calories when you're a heavy duty bodybuilder, is that as long as you bodybuild consistently every day almost, your muscles that are healing and eating calories when you're not moving. So that's why I still have excellent cholesterol and I have the worst diet. Well, now I have a 10 times better diet, but when I was younger, when I was trying to compete before, I felt like it was a lost cause because they just weren't going to make a class for me. Can you believe that shit? Imagine going in there and telling a bunch of people that are much, much bigger than you that you think will probably fuck your ass up, but really you can take them down because they're all just like bloated on steroids, and most of it is just image, and they're all just pussies. Like most of them, like The Rock. Oh my god. I mean, if The Rock goes and sits there for like 20 minutes and says, okay, I know that I'm a monster, and then maybe does some coke, then maybe he might have some balls. It's the dog in the fight. So, yeah, most of those bodybuilders are either, homosexuals or bisexual, which I don't believe in. And, yeah. I also don't believe in lesbians either. I do not believe in something that exists. But yeah, I believe in trans women, but not lesbians. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm fucking ridiculous, especially when I got this like high from the like, the endorphins. Sorry, I just felt like I could actually be completely ridiculous for right there, just even if it made no sense and it goes like against any type of logic. Doesn't matter because like no one watches my Triceps workouts. It's a good thing because I just fucked up right there and stepped back way too far, thinking that the camera's lower. Also, a very good tip when you're doing any real workout, it really is slow decline. Or, yeah, just whatever, allowing the weight to go and slowly go down to the point, like while you're holding it. So, you go till you can't anymore. Oh, I'm gonna try to burst up with power. Ugh. It's a moneymaker, trust me. I did it with biceps. So yeah, after I went and did the 25-pound curls, the reason why I was saying I was fully extending or fully doing range of motion is because I was literally holding it like this and then letting it down, letting it down, letting it down, letting it down like this as long as I possibly fucking could until I just literally couldn't do it anymore. And then it would hit the stops. And yeah, so I'm going to start adding that into my routine. It sucks because I'm gonna do that at the end, but I don't want to go and have to go and add to my video. I like posting my videos like right after my because my producer, my director and writer take forever. I mean, the writer's already done his job, but the producer, that motherfucker, and so is the director, but the producer and the director's got to watch over the producer, make sure that he makes a good quality product and it's his vision. So I just try to get it posted the moment that they say it's okay. And the sons of bitches, me, just goes and posts it right away. And yeah, so I don't have time to go back and then edit in hours later after my glycogen's back and I'm feeling normal and able to see if I fully ripped whatever muscle I worked out. because you can't tell until your glycogen comes back and you fully have rested. And really, until you take a nap, you don't know. But you can definitely tell before you sleep if you have ripped your muscles, because they will just hurt slightly to use. And if they hurt slightly to use but don't like really hurt to use, then, you know, it wouldn't hurt to go and do another set of like the least amount of weight, so you could just do reps and isolate. And you can't do that hours later after you posted the video that your director feels so happy about. You can't mess with his work, or I'd get, an earful. So stupid. Okay. Just gonna hold my arm up here so it's like it's doing something. This is 15-pound dumbbell. Too much talking. See, like I'm on the phone. This is what you do during these workouts so that your other arm isn't doing jack shit. Because you gotta switch off. You don't want it to be, oh, hey. Oh, that's new. Really? Get out of town. For real? Ugh. You know? You know? You know? You know? You know? You know? I know. You know? Oh my God. By the way, you can have an entire conversation without someone knowing by saying, in different tones. Alright, now we're doing some reverse curls. Damn, just look at that. It's like beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, it's just fucking gorgeous. Like, poof. Now I just gotta get rid of this section right here. And I'm on dyslexic with my words. I'm doing 10-pound dumbbells. Oh yeah, cut that part out. Alright, for this, I'm doing reverse curls. And I am using only 10-pound dumbbells because the 10-pound dumbbells aren't necessarily about weight, it's about form. And it's about isolating. So that way you fully extend it and then hold it as long as you can each time. That's why it's okay to swing it up there. Don't make a habit of it. But when you're really trying to rip them muscles, doing it, it's like showing up is most of the job. Just doing it is most of the job. These aren't reverse curls. Why do I keep saying that? These are tricep kickbacks. Tricep kickbacks. Cut all that shit out. Cut that whole area out. You know you're not going to. Tricep kickbacks. Anyone watching that turned off the fucking video because I said something stupid does not know how fucking fatigued I am. You gotta wanna rip them triceps. You gotta wanna do it. This is something I will not be doing again, because after you go through this much and you can't even lift 10 pounds, you pretty much know you rip your triceps. And don't worry, use your triceps for doing shoulders and chest, so. You don't rip them doing triceps on tricep day, you'll definitely work them out on the other days. Which also means that you'll probably more likely rip them really good the following week. It's like all muscles that aren't ripped regularly. It's like you're starting over almost and just doing like one heavy duty set until you can't anymore is like a full workout. And that's how my routines were when I started. Mostly why they're not on the channel. So I was mostly doing like 2 or 3 sets and I was done of everything. Like a set of each. And then I couldn't, I'd be exhausted by the time. And then my muscles would be so sore, but can't really, broadcast that shit. Ugh. Look like a fucking pussy. You lack discipline. Okay. So make sure to fully rip my left side. That's that favoritism you gotta do when you're a bodybuilder and you are more dominant on one side of your body than you are with the other. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sweating my face off, so enjoy the goods, the guns. I got the rocket launchers all hooked up. The bazookas. Alright, this is Bodybuilding by Holobic. And I'll see you folks next time. Wait, do I like that? Fuck it. Felt right.